Hi you guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome for those who are new to the channel. My name is Francisca Brackin. Welcome you guys to the channel. As I'm sitting here, right, I normally give out plenty messages, saints of the most high God. You guys know it, and I be well, wherever. But with this message, the seriousness and the conviction that the Lord convict me that this thing is gonna happen, and the seriousness of this word, you guys, it have me kind of like, I was still like, I want to pray for these individuals, whoever they are, because it's the CAINs. The seriousness of it, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I felt anger. I felt Abba's anger and his rage and his like, this is why, like he's not cool with it, right? And he wants me to explain this word to someone, but yes, Abba, lead me. He said, many of you all may think to yourself that he's not watching at what persons that are attacking you that is doing what they are doing, but he's sending this message to let you know that he is seeing what they are doing. And the Lord, this is a message of judgment, proclaiming judgment on someone. It's not something that I'm used to, it's not something that I like, but he gave me this, and I felt his anger with this message, right? So you guys, I was sitting there and I was watching this. I was going through some little things on Facebook, right? And I saw two clips, but one stood out to me, and the Lord spoke to me through one, right? It's like how he speak. Oftentimes he would speak like direct, but then he would show me something. Like I'll be watching something, he will lead me to a video, to a movie, to whatever it is, and then he will show me that, and he will explain the message through that, right? So he showed me something, and he say, this is what is gonna happen. I saw in this video that I was watching, right? I saw this woman, and she was being treated very badly, right? She was in labor, and she was being treated very badly because she had a baby in her tummy, and she was about to give birth by some man. He did not want to help her in the taxi, and he treated her so bad and make her pay extra. She had like she paid like double the price just to reach the location, and then when she reached, he wants more money than that. And then when she reached, he see Carol by the wrong clinic, and then when and the woman end up giving birth on the street, right? And it turned out to be that woman that was in distress was really a journalist, and she broadcast the whole thing, live for the world to see how disgusting this taxi driver was, or whatever, and how poorly and how evil he was, right? And he began to cry, and he said something that what, you guys, if I cry, it's just because of the seriousness of it. And I kid you guys not, 150%. Aber he spoke this word, you guys. If I cry, yeah, right? So when the young lady took out a phone, and she began to record what he had done, right? And say, everybody need to know how disgusting he is, that she's a journalist and she's covering this story to show how disgusting he is, because it didn't happen to her, it happened to her sister, right, with the same taxi driver. And he began to cry and say, just like how Cain began to cry, he began to cry and say, please, no, I will be an outcast. Yes, Holy Spirit. He began to cry and say, I'll be an outcast. No, don't do that. Everywhere I go, I'll be hated by people. I'll be an outcast. And he began to beg, and the Lord dropped this in my spirit the exact same time that this happened. And he said this, just like what Cain did. Just like what Cain did. He said, look at that, just like what Cain did. And he said, for some of you all, because the Lord said, look at that. He said, Cain envy Abel because they were one individuals. He says, so sometimes things happen like this. Two brothers coming from the same place, coming from the same mom, coming from the same womb, coming from the same place, going through the same circumstances, but different outcome. You see the favor and the blessings of the Lord showing that I accept this one and I bless this one and I delight in this one on one life, and you're seeing the lack thereof on the other. And he said this evoked the spirit of jealousy and envy in Cain, and it has evoked the spirit of jealousy and envy in some of you all, brothers and sisters, saints of the Most High God. And he said, when it happened, look at what he did with Cain. He began to speak with Cain, and he said, Cain, you're going down a wrong road. Please do not do this. So he has spoken to some of you all. It's not to say he has spoken to some of your brothers and sisters that has been envying you, based on stuff that you cannot change, based on the fact that the Lord just smile, cause his countenance to smile upon you. When he smile upon you, meaning he bless everything that you put your hands to do. And because of that, you have individuals that you don't know that is envying the circumstances, Joseph and his brothers, because you have shown the favor of God have been shown upon your life. The blessings of the Lord has been shown upon your life, and now it's a Cain and Abel situation. And say he has spoken to some of them in more than once and more than twice and said, do not allow this. This is thy brother, just like he did with Cain. And he said they still relentlessly did not stop. They still go ahead and touch what they're not supposed to touch. They still go ahead and touch one of his own. And he said because of this, and he said, listen, because some of y'all think it's a Cain and Abel situation. My brother ain't slaughter me, he ain't kill me or whatever and cut my throat. Listen, it don't have to be like he physically ain't cut your throat. Some of you all aren't seeing it because the Lord is blocking you from seeing certain things, or he has revealed a little bit, but you're refusing to believe it. The Lord say, this is no longer your brother or your sisters. This is no longer your brother or your sister, because this person, from the moment the spirit of jealousy and envy sparked inside of them, he said there are many people that when this spirit of jealousy and envy spark inside of them, they do not allow it to go further. But thy brother, says the Most High God, thy sister said the Most High God has allowed this to happen, has given it authority to conquer and to control their actions, says the Most High God. That is no longer your brother or your sister. That is now an enemy. He said this is why when you see or watch horrors and stuff like that, you see demon possession and the way how they move, they don't move like this stuff, is because they are no longer in rulership of how they view things and what they see and what they do. The spirit of envy and jealousy is, and he said they have given this spirit authority to control them, meaning they know what they're doing is wrong, and the Lord has talked to them and said don't do it, but they refuse to listen, and they have given that spirit authority now to hurt you in some form of way. And what does it mean when he said to hurt you? And Cain and Abel situation, he says some of them ain't physically come and cut your throat, but they are using information that they have, getting close to you and using information, says the Most High God, to hurt you in some form or way. They are using information, says the Most High God, to hurt you in some form or way. They are using information to try and stop your blessing. If it's a marriage, the Lord smile on. Your business, if it's a business, that the Lord smile on. If it's your finances, the Lord smile on. If it's just your looks, the Lord smile on, because they'll hate you for that also. If it's anything that the Lord doesn't smile on, they are using this against you, says the Most High God. They are using this against you, says the Most High God. They are using these things, and he said it is a Cain and Abel situation, and they have been warned countless times, says the Most High God. And some of you all are so naive. You continuously go. You are like Abel. You continuously, you ain't even seeing these things that is going. You ain't even seeing that your brother go and cut your throat. You ain't even suspect it, says the Most High God, because you're not studying that. He said this is why he has blessed you. But the Lord also showed me in a clip, and he showed me the importance of persons that is dealing up with trauma patients, how important it is. And he began to tell me, he said, this is why I said touch not my anointed. This is why I said touch not my anointed. He said, because some of you all have purpose on your their life that is connected with other people. And he said, this is why I said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. He said, Cain has been warned time and time again, and because they refuse to listen, says the Most High God, he said, they are like the man now that is begging, do not put me on blast. Do you know how the Lord was going to make it known throughout all the land that Cain had done what he did? He said, oh, he's going to make it known of what it is that your brother or your sister has done or is trying to do against you, and it's going to make them an outcast, says the Most High God. It's going to make them an outcast because he's going to put them on blast. He's going to put meaning, he's going to show up their works. What is in darkness is going to be revealed to light. What they are, oh God, what they have done is going to be revealed. Some of them are going to, please don't do it, it's going to make me an outcast. But the Lord said he's going to do it because he done warn them time and time again, and they refuse not to listen. They refuse not to listen, says the Most High God. They refuse. They still want to continue attacking you without you even knowing it. He said you ain't even know the kind of weapons that was sent against your home, against your marriage, against your finances, against everything. They have been, oh God, you ain't even know. He says a Cain and Abel situation, and the Lord say he's about to make them an outcast. He's about to let them refuse, let them get the penalty for their sin. He said, oh, it's not anything that you did. They say their hands, their own hands brought it on them, and all he's going to do is just reveal what they have been doing in secret, and this is gonna make them an outcast, says the Most High God. They should not have touched his anointed. He said he's serious with you guys. And when I received this word, the conviction that came with it, what came with it, you guys are going to start to see some unfolding of what I have spoken about. You are going to start to see some open shame, some persons that you didn't even know was doing you things. You're gonna be surprised and shocked. But the Lord says, because it's a Cain and Abel situation, because blessings on one side and envy because of it, and the spirit of jealousy have led these people to try so much thing against you, and no longer is he turning an eye on it. He's going to a blind eye to this. He's going to reveal it, because he has spoken to them once and tell them they're going down a wrong road. Don't do it. That is thy brother, that is thy sister, and they refuse to listen. Oh, praise your name, Lord. So I don't know whoever it is this word is from, but grab and say, the Lord says he's not playing. Cain and Abel situation, and they are going to reap the benefit for their works of their hands. Their own hands is going to take them down. He's going to put them on blast. Bye, guys.